就会把你放到这个等候区里面去了哦。今天不是开玩笑的，因为真的还是希望说大家可以好好的开镜头，好好的让我们看一下你们真的在认真上课的样子，而不是说上线了，然后呢我们只是开着然后当 podcast 来听，好不好？那希望呢待会后面这些老师们都可以帮我开镜头。那时间呢我们就直接先交给我们的 Teacher Stephanie。So let's welcome Teacher Stephanie.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, turn your cameras on so I can see your beautiful faces. Smile. Good morning. Okay, very good. So let's get started with our coffee time. Let's have a good discussion. Okay, so Mita was explaining earlier, I'm going to talk about classroom management, but in the sense of prevention. Okay, so we don't get to those spots in our class where we're so frustrated, the students aren't listening, the students are very noisy. So we are going to talk about prevention so we don't even get to that spot. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so first I have some warm-up questions for you guys. So with coffee time, we like to have a lot of back and forth, a lot of discussion. So we will be calling on you. So please be ready to share your answers. Okay, first question. I want you to think of your most challenging class in terms of chaos, management, what went wrong. Okay, so think of your most challenging class and what went wrong. Okay, so think, and we're going to call on somebody to share. All right, if someone has an answer and would like to share, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, we will call on somebody.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's call on someone. Teacher April.
Hello.
Can you tell me
Hello.
Hi,
Yes.
April. Hello. Okay, can you think about one of your challenging classes and what kind of went wrong?
Okay, I think the most challenging class that I have is my BJ1 because it's kind of hard for me to control them, especially they don't understand my instructions because they are zero English, and some would just look at the wall or just keep talking or keep playing with his pencils. So it's very challenging for me because I cannot really shout at them. So I want to know how to manage that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yes, that low level English or zero level English is really challenging, right? We have to think of very creative ways to get their attention, to get them to focus, and to still learn English. Okay, thank you, April. Okay, the next question I have is, what is the most challenging behavior you see in your classroom? What's the one that comes up most often that you would like to fix? Okay, what's the most challenging behavior you see? All right, so someone want to share? Or we will call on somebody again. Challenging behavior in your classroom. Okay.
You can
Okay. Let's call on anyone. Okay. Let's call on Anita. Is it Anita?
Teacher. Oh, 云林斗南。
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Okay. Can you tell me about a challenging behavior that you see in your class?
I think is when I want my student to do something and they don't want and they going to become mad at me.
Okay. So they get angry when they don't want to do something that you ask them?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Very good. Okay, next one. Who has taught a class that felt out of control? So for this one, I want you just to raise your hand. Okay? I want to see all the teachers. Who has taught a class in your teaching experience where everything went chaos? Raise your hand if you've been there. Okay, good. Okay, yes, May, Sheena, yes, it has happened to all of us. Okay, very good, yes. We have all had those experiences where the class just went nuts, it went crazy, and you were like, man, I have to do something. I have to do something, I can't carry on like this, right? Okay, very good. So thanks for being honest, okay, and raising your hand. All right. Next one. For you, think about this one. Which is worse, a noisy class or a silent class? This is an interesting question. What do you think? What is worse? A noisy class that you have to rein in on the management, or a silent class where no one speaks? No one wants to answer your questions.
You can also type.
Okay, you can also type your answers down too in the chat box so we can see some more people's answers. Okay, so which is worse, a noisy class or a silent class? Okay, so you can type your answers too. We can type, and then let's call teacher Sheena. Sheena can answer for us. Yes, Sheena. Okay, we also said Eunice said a noisy class. Okay, what do you think, Sheena? Your mic?
No,
Oh, we can't hear you.
no.
Oh, no sound.
Maybe she fix it and then we go
Okay,
on.
we'll call on you later. You can check about your mic, okay? Okay, let's call someone else. Let's call May. Teacher May.
Hi,
Hello.
good morning.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Yeah,
What do you think?
maybe a silent class perhaps because if you are keep on talking and they without receiving response from your students, maybe you feel very like, oh, maybe you will ask yourself, are my students really understand me? Something like that. So maybe silent class.
Silent class. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Yes. And we
Yeah.
had someone before said a noisy class. So we will get both sides on this question. What do we think? Okay. What do we have? A silent class, silent, noisy. Okay, right? It probably depends on how you feel with your classroom management as well. Okay, wonderful. Next one. What does a well-managed classroom look like to you? So what do you expect when you walk in and you see a well-managed classroom of somebody else or maybe yourself? So what does that look like to you? What are the students doing? What is the teacher doing? Okay, so we can share a couple thoughts about this question. You can also type it down again. You can type down some of your answers. What are they doing? What are they doing? All right, so let's call on somebody first. Let's call on, let's see, Alyssa Miaoli, Alyssa.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Do you have
Hello,
some
good morning.
thoughts to share for this one?
Let me try.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so far, I think a well-managed classroom will look like the kids are sitting down and then listening to the teacher, and they are responding to what the teacher is asking and what the teacher will like them to do.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, great.
Thank you.
Great. Yes. No right or wrong answer. Thank you. Okay, great. All right, so this one, I want you to see what's going on here. Okay, this is some classroom management, and we're gonna watch this clip, and then I want you to tell me what is going wrong here. What's going on here? Okay, so can we play this video? Okay, so take a look and tell me what's going on.
Ollie, can you put your feet down right now?
Okay. Whew, what's going on here? What is happening? What can you observe? Okay, what's going wrong here? All right, let's call in someone. Let's call on, let's see. Judy?
Judy，高雄大社 Judy 主任。
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Okay, so what was going on? What did you observe and what was going wrong here?
I think the classroom was very noisy and nobody paid attention to the teacher, and they're all
Right.
doing their own things.
Right. Okay, exactly. Yes, you hit a lot of the big ones. Okay, thank you very much, Judy.
Thank-
Okay, the class was very noisy. Everyone's talking, so we have a high noise level. The teacher, she doesn't have the respect from the students because no one's listening to her. She's like pointing and trying to get their attention, but it's not working. There's kids with their feet on the desks. Okay, there's a lot of chaos going on. This is what we do not want our classrooms to ever look like. Okay, very good. Okay, next slide. All right. So for today's topic, when we talk about classroom management, a lot of times we're trying to fix the problems. Fix the problems, fix the problems. Problem happens, we fix. Today, I want to talk about prevention is greater than reaction. So we're going to talk about good classroom management starts before problems happen, okay? We want to prevent the problems. This will be less stress for us as teachers, and our classroom will be very smooth this way. So prevention is today's thing. So the first thing is to have good class rules. Okay, class rules is our first topic. So why class rules matter? It gives the students clear expectations. They know what to expect when they walk into your classroom. Okay, it reduces disruptions and confusion because everybody knows how I'm supposed to behave in this class. And it supports positive behavior, so we will have the good behaviors. We amplify the good behaviors. And it makes classroom management easier as teachers. So our class rules are very important. So how to introduce rules? So you can introduce the rules by involving your students. Okay, maybe the first day of class, you can ask your students, okay, what do you think? We need to make class rules. What do you think how should we behave in the classroom? Okay, maybe someone says, we should speak English. Okay, very good. So we have speak English only as one of our class rules. So if you involve the students, they feel included and they're a part of it. And they will be more likely to follow those class rules. And you also want to model the rule. So you have to show how it's done. So you show both the correct way and the incorrect way. And you need to practice it, such as doing a role play or demonstration. And then post and refer to them frequently. So don't forget, a lot of times teachers will have their class rules. Okay, these are the class rules. And they just kind of stay there on the board. And then we kind of forget about them. We don't continue to reinforce them. Okay, so we need to remember to reinforce the rules. So here we have these MOSA and NASA posters that we created. This is an example of classroom rules, which you could put in your classroom. Okay, so for this one, we have it very simple so all levels can understand it. Number one, English only. Okay, we're speaking only English. Number two, we use kind words. We are nice to our peers and nice to our teacher. We raise your hand. So you raise your hand, you have a question or you need to speak. We walk in the classroom, no running. We use inside voices, so that will help with the noise level, okay? We want to try your best, so that's about positive attitude. Clean the classroom, so we clean up after ourselves. We listen actively, and we help others and play safely. So this is one example of rules, but you can create your own, of course. Okay, and another one is Classroom English. I just posted this here. You can have this type of a poster in your classroom to help encourage students to use English only and with phrases that are commonly used in the classroom. So you can refer to this. Okay, you want to go to the bathroom? How do we ask? May I go to the bathroom? Okay, or how do you spell da da da? Because they will always ask you, how do you spell this, teacher? How do you spell this, teacher? So you can ask me, how do you spell da da da? So you can have a Classroom English phrase poster. All right, this will encourage them to use English in the classroom for those everyday questions and answers. Okay, so we need to reinforce those rules. We have the rules, we need to reinforce them. So you need to praise. Oh, I love how Maria is speaking in English. So you use gentle reminders and remember that consistency every day, practicing those rules is what will get the students to do them regularly. All right? So reinforce what you say. So now it's your turn here. I want you to give me 5 classroom rules for your classroom. What are 5 rules that you can use in your classroom? Maybe you use them already, okay? Or maybe you're not quite sure on your classroom rules. So I want you to think up, let's do 3 to 5 classroom rules. So quick, write them down. You can also type them in the chat box, okay? Let's get some classroom rules that you guys use, okay? 3 to 5. Okay, we have one here. Teacher May said, don't be late. Okay, yes, time management is very important. Don't be late, okay? Anyone else? Feel free to put them in the chat box. What are your classroom rules? Okay, listen when others are speaking. Yes, very good, like that one. Respect each other. Yes, very good. Okay. Let's get 1 or 2 more. Type it down, type it down. Let's go, let's go. Classroom English only. Okay, very good. Sheena, sit properly. Yes. No feet on the tables. Raise your hand before speaking. Pay attention. Okay, very good. Okay, great. So remember your classroom rules. Take a look at them. Change them up if you need to, and then also remember to reinforce the rules. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, next, so we have class rules, and now we're going to talk about routines. Routines are very important. It's what we do every day, and students following the routines will help them. So let's take a look. Why class routines matter. Students know what to do next. Okay, what's next? They know. This reduces transition chaos. Transition is when you're moving between activities, you're lining up, you're going from activity to cleaning up. Those transition periods are very crucial. That's when classroom management problems can occur, okay? It's in the transitions. So this frees teachers to focus on teaching and not discipline. When you have those clear routines in your classroom, builds a calm and focused classroom, okay? So routines matter. All right, next. So explicit instruction model. So when we teach routines, we actually have to teach it like we're teaching vocabulary or something, okay? They're not just going to know. So first, teacher is going to explain what we do. That's the I do, kind of like when we're teaching vocabulary. And then we model it. The teacher models it, okay? So when we're going to change groups, I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. I'm going to ring a bell, and then you have to switch groups. Ready, go. And I model it. Then we practice it, so we do it. So you have some students model it to show that they are having some understanding about it. And then we apply it, you do it. So let's see if the whole class can do this transition from group work. Okay, so it's kind of think of it like you're teaching vocabulary. You also have to teach routines in this way. Explain, model, practice, apply. All right. Okay, next one, types. We're going to talk about the types of common routines that you might have in your classroom. So the first one is the start of class. Okay, start of class. This is like when you might greet your students when they're coming in, your warm-up activities, having them to transition to sit down in their seats before we are starting class. Start of class routines. Okay, first one I want to show you is a little clip that I really like this activity. It's called Greeting at the Door. So when the students are coming into the classroom, they're going to greet their teacher in this very unique and special way. So we will play part of this video and you can see.
Okay, Samuel, how do we want to say good morning today? Good morning, Samuel. Hello, Miss Maya. Shake hands. Good morning, Maya.
This grade 1 teacher is bringing the good morning greeting to a whole new level.
Always pick.
You always pick dance. You just love to start your day with a dance. Show me it again. Woohoo!
Good morning, Juliana. Let's dance, Hudson. Good morning.
Well, this is the first time that Catherine Jurisic has brought this idea to her grade 1 class at St. Aidan Catholic Elementary, but she thought it would be the perfect way to start their day.
Making that personal connection with the students is so important. And when I saw this, I said, this is something I have to try this year.
And so far, it's a big hit. They all have their favorite ways of giving morning greetings to their teacher.
I like it, and it's a good way to say good morning.
Which one is your favorite way to say good morning?
Okay, so I really like this idea. As your students are coming in, you can have a little poster by the door, and maybe you have high five, the dance, shake hands, something like that. So when they come in, they greet the teacher, and then you have your greeting, and then they go to sit in their seat. So it's a way to transition to have them come in and practice saying good morning, and you can do it in a creative and fun way. Fist bump, how do you want to say good morning or good afternoon for you guys? It would be, okay? So with the idea, we can think about greeting at the door. Okay, next one. Okay, so for this one, if you were to create this kind of a poster for your classroom, what greetings would you use? Okay, so I want you to think of a couple greetings that you would use, that you would put on your poster. What would you do? Okay, so remember before was like shake hands as one example. What are ways that you could greet your students or that they would like to greet you? All right, so you can type them in the chat box as well. So if you were creating this poster for your classroom, what would you use? Okay, type, type, type. Okay. Let's see. All right. Dance? Okay. Yes? Students like to dance. All right. What else? What else would work for your classroom? High five. Okay, good. Make a heart with the students. Oh, yes, that's a good one, Emma. Pinky shake. Oh, that's fun. Hello. Okay, say a joke. Sure, that's good. Okay. Let's get one more. One more. What's another fun? Make a funny face. Ah, yes. Very good. I like that one too. Okay, so see, you can have fun. And this, sometimes when the students come into the classroom, they just rush in, they sit down, they don't say good afternoon to you, right? So this creates a routine. They know when they come in, they greet teacher, and they get to choose which greeting they want to do today, all right? I think this can work good, especially with the younger classes, the grade 1, grade 2, okay? So you can think about adding something like this. Okay, and also for daily routines, we created these interactive class calendar, like posters. So maybe every day before you start your class, you do this. So you say, okay, what month is it? It's, it's what is it? April, and you put it up there. These are very popular in the US for classes in elementary school, talking about the everyday things. What day is it? What's the weather like? What day is it today? Today is what day? And the students can each put it up. Today is Friday. Yes. What day was it yesterday? Yesterday was Thursday, like that. And we can also talk about the weather. How's the weather today? Everyone look outside. Oh, okay, it's rainy. Okay, Jimmy, can you put rainy here? And we say, it's rainy. Okay, so some type of an interactive class calendar, class poster, something that you can start every day so your students know this is what we do. This is our warm-up. This is our pre-learning routine, okay, routine. So you are consistent with it. Another type of common routine is transitions. This is the one that I mentioned earlier, that a lot of chaos can happen. So transitions can be getting into groups, okay? So you're a whole class, and now we're breaking off into groups. From one activity to another, and then activity cleanup time is another time as well. So getting into groups, you just want to have something simple and easy. You explain your directions to the students about the activity, and they know where they're going, which group they're going to be in, and you just have to have something very consistent. 3, 2, 1, move. And on moves, the students get up, go as quickly as they can, sit down. Okay? And by practicing that routine, they will know when teacher counts down, move, on move, I go, I sit. Okay? It's about practice and consistency. Another one you could do is use a bell. 3, 2, 1, move. When I stop ringing the bell, you better be sitting down in your seats. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Are we sitting down? Are you sitting down? The bell stopped. Okay, so nothing fancy, it just needs to be consistent, okay, consistent, so the students know what to expect. All right, next one is the end of class. This is also a time when things can go crazy too. They've been sitting down, they've been listening to you for the whole class time, they're tired, whatever reason, they're hungry. So end of class routines are important as well. This is when maybe you're putting away your materials, you're packing up your books, and also your dismissal routine. This is how you are exiting and leaving the classroom. Okay, so one idea is to do something called an exit ticket. So before you leave the classroom, you have to do this one thing. For example, vocabulary exit. Maybe you show a flashcard and then the student has to say the word, okay? Say the word, something to practice from the lesson. Sentence exit, you give the student a flashcard and then ask them to make a sentence. Okay, the word is apple. Can you say it in a sentence? The apple is red. Okay, very good, Jimmy. Now you can go like that. So one at a time, and they're practicing their English, they're reviewing the lesson material. Another example is the action exit. So you tell students, okay, if you are wearing blue, you can line up. Or if you're wearing blue, you can pack up your things. So this is for listening practice. They can talk about the color. If your favorite color is red, if you like dogs, you can line up, okay? So having an exit ticket to leave the classroom is a good idea. It manages how many kids are up and moving at the same time. Okay, dismissal tips also. You can have a structured exit. So, okay, students in row 1, you're going to leave first or line up first. And then row 2, now it's your turn, or group 1, group 2, however you have the students arranged. Instead of the whole class getting up at the same time and moving or going somewhere, you can do it in a structured way. Okay, calm exit. I like this one too. So sometimes we finish sometimes, not always, but sometimes we finish our lesson a little bit early. Maybe we have 5 minutes. We don't know what to do. Okay, so we can do something calm for the students. So the last 2 to 3 minutes of class, you can do some type of a relaxing activity. You don't want to hype them all up by playing this really exciting game, and then we need to leave the classroom. Their energy is going to be through the roof, okay? So we can think about the last couple minutes if we have extra time to do something a little bit calmer. So for example, you can have students have a little doodle book or a doodle paper, and you just have them to draw something, to doodle. They can do something, you can start to teach them about being, what's thankful? Oh, I'm thankful for my mom. And they write down the one sentence. I'm thankful for my food I eat, okay? I'm thankful for my dog to play with. So you can teach them something like that. Or you can do a relaxing video, okay? So here's an example. We'll just play a short clip of it. You can search on YouTube for these all kinds of different relaxing type videos for students. This one is called Reach for the Moon. So you can take a look.
Reach for the moon. Let's get ready to focus up, out, and into the distance, all the way up to where the moon hangs out in outer space. Fun fact, the moon is about 238,855 miles away from the Earth. But when we use our eyes, attention, and imagination, we can reach for the moon. Imagine the dark sky, a deep purple with distant stars, unexplored planets, and a big, bright, light, white, round, and reachable moon. Sit a little taller so your arms and hands can stretch way up high and touch that moon. Breathe in and reach. Up, up, up. Breathe out. And imagine you can feel the moon in your hands. Round and heavy and a little bumpy. And those are craters. Craters are bumps and bruises from rocks and comets running into the moon. But the moon is strong and powerful, just like you. Inhale and feel your hands holding that moon. Exhale and slowly begin to.
Okay, so I think this is very nice too. As the teacher, I'd be like, oh, okay, a little bit of quiet time in the classroom. All right, and they're also practicing their listening skills, right? And they're watching something. This one, you're kind of learning a little bit about the moon, right? And it's a calming activity. And then when the video is done, okay, everybody, now it's time to line up. Let's have row 1, you're going to go first, and row 2, you're going to go second. And hopefully everyone's energy is a little bit down. All right, so you can think about finding these. There are a ton of different ones that you can find. Okay, next one. Okay, the next routine is daily procedures. These are the things that we do every single day in our classroom. Things like taking your attendance to see who's here, bathroom breaks. This is always a problem one, the bathroom breaks. And then also thinking about like classroom jobs. These are types of daily procedures. So for bathroom breaks, a couple ideas to share. One that we used a lot too in the US is called the sign out sheet. Okay, so you have to go to the bathroom, okay, but you have to sign out. So you have to write your name, the time you left, and the time you got back. This holds students accountable for the time that they're away at the bathroom, and also tends to prevent the times that students are going, because they have to write the sheet, they have to sign in, they have to sign out, okay? And then it keeps you accountable to see who is going to the bathroom, who's maybe going too much, maybe not for really the bathroom, okay? Some kids like to just go just to stall time too. So one idea is to use a bathroom sign out sheet. The next one I want to show you is a good one. It's called hand signals. So say you are teaching in front of the class. You can teach your students to signal with their hands that they have to do something. So for teaching, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm the student. I can hold up my hands like this. This means I want to use the bathroom. And as the teacher, you can either nod yes to them or no, and you continue teaching. So you don't have to stop and be like, yes, Jimmy, may I go to the bathroom, please? Even though that's the polite way to ask, but sometimes it disrupts your classroom flow. So if a student has to go to the bathroom, you can teach them one sign, and then you give them the okay or the not okay. Or if they need a pencil, students are always losing their pencils, right? Maybe a pencil is just one finger. And if the student can go get the pencil, the teacher says, they nod and say, okay, and you continue your teaching. So your class flow is not as disruptive. Of every time the student has to go to the bathroom, they can just ask you like this. They need a pencil, they can ask you like this. And you can think of other type of hand signals to teach your students as well. So this way the class can continue on and don't have to stop for all these little things that always occur. That's when problems can start to come up. Okay, so think about hand signals. Okay, so now I want you to choose one routine that you do in your classroom. So which routine can you implement? So which routine can you start doing? Or which one do you want to improve upon in your classroom? So for this one, I'd like to call on a teacher to answer this one. So think. First, which routine do you want to start doing? Okay. Okay, so let's call on a teacher. Let's call on Cherry.
Okay. Share.
Is it Cherry? Hi. Your turn. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Could you talk about which routine you would like to start in your classroom or which one you want to make better?
Actually, this is my first time and first attend in a teaching training, so I didn't have
Okay.
idea
Oh,
or
welcome.
thank you. So
Yes.
maybe
What do
I
you
can
think?
try maybe one routine is which- like
Which part of your classroom routine would you like to make better? Is like bathroom breaks a problem, or you want to work on your the ending of class, like a calm exit, or which type of routine that I talked about would you like to try?
the back breaks. So
The back.
yeah,
Okay.
if the students want to have the bathroom breaks and just give like the finger signals.
Maybe try something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Cherry. Okay, let's see the chat box. A lot of people said here, hand signals. Yeah, hand signals, sign out sheet, the greeting at the door, an exit ticket, hand signals. Okay, yeah, great. So we think about our routines and we stick to them, okay? So hold up one finger to ask for the bathroom, wait silently for the teacher's signal. Yes, great. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we can improve our routines and we can be consistent. Okay, very good. Let's continue. So the next one I want to talk about is the call and response activities. I think we know about this some as teachers, that we do use these. This is where the teacher says a phrase and the students respond with a set phrase or action. It causes the students to stop, listen, and focus. So what I'm talking about here is like the 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, eyes on you, those kind of chants back and forth that we use. So this gets the attention quickly without shouting, and it builds the predictable routines, and it engages all the students at once. So you're reinforcing the listening and speaking. Okay, so common mistakes for this one is using too many. Some teachers will use too many of these types of call and responses, and then students will forget. And then also not training it. So remember, we have to practice. We have to use it consistently. So then students don't respond because you haven't trained this enough. So talking over students also instead of waiting. We don't want to try to talk over them because they're not going to listen at that point. So a guide for you is to stick to 1 to 2 routines at first. 1 to 2 of these call and responses that you want to use. Here's another one from our poster. So this one is very common. I think you've used this one, maybe yourself. We say, class, class. You say, yes, yes, eyes on me, eyes on you, okay? And this is signaling the students that we're going to start something, right? These are a couple other ones as you can see. Magic finger in the air. And then the students say, magic finger everywhere. Magic finger on your hips. Magic finger on your lips. Shh. Okay, so then everyone is down, the noise level's down, and we can start, okay? So there's a ton of these also. You can research your own attention grabbers. So when to use them? When to use them? Okay, we use them before instructions, during transitions, and when the energy drops and you need to get the students, okay, come on, hype back up again, or when the noise is increasing and you need them to focus and come back down to you. So these are key points in your class that you want to use these, okay? It's kind of like a reset button, Okay, so it's your turn. Can you create your own call and response, or tell me one that you use in your classroom, okay? You can type it down. What is a call and response that you use, or what's one that you can think of? Okay, let's see, type. What do you use in your class? Anybody? Okay. Eyes on me, eyes on you. Okay, good. 1, 2, BJ 4. Yes, we are. Okay, Emma. Very good. I like that. Okay, eyes on me, eyes on you is the classic one. Okay, everyone uses that. That's a good one, though. Okay, anyone else? Eyes on me, eyes on you. Oh, the waterfall. Oh, yeah. Shh. Okay, yes, I know that one. Very good. Waterfall, waterfall. Shh. Okay, then that brings everyone down, the noise level down. Okay, good. Thank you, Denise. Okay. If you hear me, clap once. Clap. Yes, clapping is always very good, too. Teacher, Old MacDonald had a farm. Students say, E-I-E-I-O. Okay, very good. That's so simple. See, these are very simple. We don't have to overthink them. They can be easy, they can be funny and catchy for your students. And then again, what do? We reinforce and we use it regularly. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is giving clear classroom instructions. So this is very important. It prevents misbehavior before it starts. It's saving you time and it keeps the class focused. So clear instructions for your students are important for activities and just for daily management of your classroom. So the problem here that it's coming from is that we talk too much sometimes. Teachers talk too much, talk. We need to explain instead of show. So teachers will explain too much and not show it, how to do it. So give instructions while students are distracted. So if the students are not focused, then maybe we need to use one of our attention grabbers to get them to focus first. And then we can explain the game, then we can explain what we're going to do next. So the result is we have chaos, noise, and confusion if we are doing these types of things. So how to give clear instructions? So first you want to get the attention. Don't give it if everyone is not listening. So we can use call and response or a signal, and then you wait for silence. So never give the instructions while the students are talking because they're not going to be listening. All right, number 2, keep it short. So you're going to use simple and direct language, and you'll break it into steps. You don't have to be like, okay, today we're going to do. Okay, class. Number 1, work in pairs. Can you say work in pairs? Work in pairs. Very good. Number 2, we're going to ask and answer. Ready? Ask and answer. Okay? So we want to have clear directions, short and simple directions. Number 3, you want to show and model. So this is the most important step. You need to demonstrate yourself or with a student how we're going to do it, okay? Or show the worksheet, actually show it to the students. Don't just talk about it, really show it, and then act it out. So show and model your instructions. Okay, number 4 is also very important, is to check understanding. So you got to ask your students to really make sure that they understood what you were talking about. So, okay, what are you doing? Very good. You are going to sit first and then da, 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 da. Number 2, how many people in a group? Okay, how many people in a group? 4. Yeah, very good. 4 people in a group. Okay, are you writing or speaking in this activity? Writing, very good. Okay, so you are checking understanding with your students. And then number 5 is to give a clear start signal. 3, 2, 1, go, and then we begin. Or maybe you have a clapping pattern, okay? So this controls when the activity begins or starts. So you have to have that some type of a transition that, okay, the activity is going to begin now. Then they know it's something that they can expect every time you do an activity. Okay, so I'm going to skip this part. Just want to talk about the last section. Okay, student engagement is also important in terms of classroom management because engaged students equal fewer behavior problems, right? If the students are having so much fun and so into your lesson, they're not going to be distracted. They're not going to talk to their neighbor, right? They will be focused on your class. They're engaged. So the most off-task behaviors is when students are bored, confused, or waiting too long. So students who are actively doing something don't have time to misbehave, right? They're engaged, they're having fun in your class, and they're not going to cause problems. So common engagement mistakes is, again, talking too long. So maybe the teacher is talking too long, going on and on and on. Asking only a few students. You try to incorporate all the students when you can, right? And activities with lots of waiting time. Students that have unclear tasks. They don't know what's going on next. What am I supposed to do, teacher? Okay, and no structure in the group work. All right, so how can we do this? We can do lots of pair and group work. We always talk about this. So everyone is participating at the same time. That's when there's no students that are just waiting. Things like think, pair, share. This is good because the students think by themselves first, so we have independent thought. And then we discuss with the partner, so we're having our pair work, and then we share to the whole class. So it's a good step-by-step. Think, pair, share. We should use this one a lot. This is great. Next one is we should add movement, okay? So we should have activities that have the students stand up. Sometimes they sit too long. So remember, maybe we walk and we find a partner, or we move to a different area of the classroom. So add movement. Next is to give clear roles. So this prevents one student doing everything in the group or students doing nothing. Okay, so student 1, you are going to read the word. Student 2, you are going to write the word. Student 3, you're going to act it out. So everyone has a role. Everyone knows what to expect. Okay, so now for you guys, I need your help. Okay, so I want you to tell me, is this activity behind me here engaged or not? So you're going to tell me, is it low engagement, medium engagement, or high engagement? So here's the first one. Teacher explains grammar for 8 minutes while students listen quietly. So type it in the chat box. Low, medium, or high engagement. How are the students feeling? Low, 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 low. Yes. Okay, very good. Yes, low engagement. Okay, very good. So how can we make it better? Let's call on somebody. If this is what's going on, teacher's explaining grammar for 8 minutes. How can we make it more engaged, more interactive? Let's call on a teacher to give us a suggestion. Who should we call on?
Win.
Win? Win? Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so if this is the problem here, it's too long talking about grammar. How can we make this situation more engaged for the students?
I usually try to explain it in a short in a short time, and then ask them to make a sentence, construct a sentence, and then explain them what is wrong in the sentence grammatically, or what is right, and then or sometimes I just ask the other students, right, like, oh, is this number one student construction sentence right or wrong? And why do you think it is right, and why do you think it is wrong? So I think it's a better engagement for them, and then they learn quickly than me talking alone.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Win. Yes. So having some type of questions to the students, the activities while you're explaining it. That's good. Right. So we said it's a low engagement activity, and then how we can improve it. So you can have pair practice, show examples, or have quick tasks. That's kind of like what Win said. Something to break up the explanation. Very good. More engaged. Okay, next one. Tell me here. Students move around the classroom asking classmates questions. So it's an activity where they're moving around the classroom asking, like a mingle activity. Okay, so type it down. Low, medium, or high? Hi, 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 hi. Very good. Very good. Hi. Okay, good. So this one I won't ask you because you are correct. It is a high engagement activity. Very good. Okay, next one. Think of this one. Students work in groups, but one student does all the work. So is this low, medium, or high engagement? Medium, Melissa said. Medium, medium. Medium, low, medium. Okay, medium. Yes. Okay, so I went with medium too. So let's call on a teacher. How can we, this is good. This is good, right? We're doing group work, but how can we make it a little bit better? Okay, let's call on Angelica. Jai, Angelica. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How can we make this one even better?
All right, so maybe I would start by having the groups. I'll assign the students for the smart ones with the low-level students so that they can help each other. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, okay. So mixing it, got it. Yes, that would work. Thank you. Right. So we can do it like Angelica said, or we can assign the roles in the group. So maybe one student is doing the reading, one student is doing the writing. Okay. So make sure, remember, everyone has a role in the group. All right. Okay, let's do one more here. So students wait while the teacher hands out worksheets one by one. Low, medium, high. So students are just sitting there. Oh, low. Yes, low. What else do you think? Type it down. Students wait while the teacher hands out worksheets one by one. Low. Yes, Sheena said low. Okay, very good. It's low. So how can we make this more engaged, this part? Let's see. Let's call on Emma. Emma Kaohsiung. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this one? No right or wrong answer.
Oh, okay. So usually for me, I'll just call the student's name and they'll take their worksheets one by one.
Oh, okay. So they're having
Yeah.
some type of a movement themselves, right? Okay. All right. Thank you, Emma. Okay. Yes. So as she said, they can come up and get the worksheet yourself. You could have student helpers. So this this student helper for the week. They're going to hand out the worksheets or the papers, or you can pass the materials in groups, and then all the students pass down the papers one by one. Okay, so the students at least are more actively involved in the process. All right, it's not a very exciting process anyways, but to have the students more engaged will help the classroom management overall. Okay, very good. All right, I'm going to skip ahead to my last. I always have too much for you guys every time. Okay, so our wrap up time here. I want to ask you one question. What is one thing you learned today that you can use in your classroom tomorrow? So this is your key takeaway from today's class about preventing all of the problems that go on. So you can type it down to please share to the chat box. And then otherwise, I will call on someone to share. What's your key takeaway? What's one thing we can improve upon? Okay, let's see. Who should we call on? Let's call on. Is it Vivi? Hello, Vivi. Hi. Can you turn your mic on? Hi.
I think the greeting of the door is a fun way.
Okay, thank you. Greeting at the door. Yes, I'm glad you like that one. Okay, let's call on someone else. Okay, let's see. Susie. Taipei Susie, hi.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's one activity or something you want to use in your classroom?
Oh, maybe we could, or I could make use of bathroom breaks, the papers, signing in and out. Yeah, it will
Okay.
be really helpful to
Okay.
lessen the bathroom breaks.
Yeah. Try it and see what you think, okay? All right, let's get one more teacher to share. Let's see. Benson. Hi. What do you think? What are you going to try to improve upon or add to your classroom?
Use the hand signals.
Okay. Hand signals for bathroom breaks or pencil like that? Okay, great. Thank you, Benson.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, everybody, that is all I have for the coffee time today. I hope you learned something and we can continue to improve upon as teachers. So I'll see you guys for another one then, okay? Is Teacher Mita coming? Okay. We are done, Teacher Mita. Okay, Teacher Mita will give you a sign off. So thank you guys. Bye-bye.
OK， 好的，谢谢所有的老师们。那今天应该知道，相信所有老师们都有吸收到非常非常多的关于说我们在教室里头，以及我们学生来到教室之前，我们可以怎么样去有一个预防措施。所以刚刚开头有跟大家说，今天这堂课跟一般的课室管理比较不一样的是，很多都是教你说，我来到教室之中，学生发生了什么事情，我事后来去处理。可是今天的课程是教你说，你可以先预想你的教室可能会发生什么样的事情，你可以先预防。OK， 所以大家都说嘛，预防胜于治疗嘛，所以一样的概念放在我们教室里头也是一样。你可以先想到这个问题，你就可以先有一个解决方法。当你用了这个解决方式，你觉得可能不足，或者是可能有些地方可以再调整，我们可能就可以再有一个更好的方法。所以呢，今天这堂课希望大家应该都可以有吸收非常非常多的知识跟干货。所以如果说今天下午就有课的老师就可以直接使用起来了。好的，那今天也希望今天也都有蛮多老师陆续都有开了哈，所以希望大家在下一次跟每一次的线上培训都能够帮我们开启镜头，因为这样子的一个互动性比较高，对不对？ 好，不然的话我们就每一场都开线下，那大家都来到我们的这个实际会场来去培训，好不好？好的，那如果说没有任何问题的话呢，我们今天的这个Coffee Time 4月场次就结束了。那大家要记得我们在群组里面也都有包含4月接下来的3个礼拜，北中南都各有一场阅读的课程，所以呢有这个报名的老师们跟主任们，请记得一定要先进行报名的动作，我们才会把这个您才来的时候才不会有就是漏掉或者是等等的一个情况哦。所以不管怎么样，请记得4月还有3场的北中南阅读的培训，所以希望大家可以多多来参加。好，那我们今天的培训呢就到此结束咯。OK， 拜拜 ，See you next time， 拜拜。拜。